Yes, sir. And we are back with another one. Your new favorite podcast is back. And as always, I'm your favorite, Mason.
And you already know it's Kori motherfucking Deez, a.k.a. lemon_squeeze 3 at the end instead of an E.
Yo, do you have your sexy voice on? You feeling sexy?
It's not my, you know what? I got a story to tell about the sexy voice, and this is going to go into one of our future topics, shared kinks. But we've been practicing the phone sex operator over here. So maybe that's
how you practice that? You go into the next room and you make a phone call? How you practice phone sex operating?
No, I have friends that are actually phone sex operators.
That's still a business?
That's a business.
Yo, I did not know that was still a thing.
That's still a business.
I thought that went out with like chat rooms and shit.
I thought that they do too until so apparently my friend was put on through TikTok.
Oh, okay.
And she applied because she's crazy that way. And she got a real interview on the phone. I'm not sure exactly what the questions would be to be a phone sex operator. But then they explained how she would do it. She set up a login, and I have witnessed her get calls. I have personally seen her paycheck. I have also witnessed my other friend stay on the phone for like 24 minutes. This is absurd. It's absurd to me.
Yeah.
So I decided to do it one time just to give it a try on her line. And my call only lasted 1 minute and 30 seconds, so maybe that was my sexy voice. Maybe I have one.
Wait, so okay. Maybe you were good at it. Okay.
Or maybe shit got real weird real fast, and I just did not know how to respond. I don't know. You got to wait till our episode Share Kink for that
Sheesh.
one.
Phone sex operator. Okay.
So that's a good one. That was a surprise to you. That's funny.
Full of surprises.
So let's do our mental health check-in, but before we do, Miss Lizzie Baybee isn't here with us today, and we wish her well and that she feel better and that she can make it back to the next show sooner than later. Mason, how are you?
Mental health. I'm doing good. Had dinner with a friend, just hanging out. A man friend. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Because everybody wants to know if Mason is single, so let's just verify.
We answered this on like 5 different podcasts. Like nothing has changed over a week's period of time. Like
we have to figure this out. We have to check. The ladies are asking the questions.
I'm still single. Still single.
Okay.
Mingling.
So ladies, you still have the chance to shoot your shot in Mason's DMs.
Shoot your shot. We need to never start the show like this. This should not be how we start the show. We shouldn't end the show like this. But anyway, I'm doing well. Good day. No complaints. It's just super, super hot in the city. But that's about it. How you doing? How's your mental health?
It's hot in so many ways. It's hot in so many ways, Mason, because everything's now open.
Okay.
So it's actually hot with heat. So you thought I was going to say people were burning or something? No, I wasn't.
I don't know where you was going with that. I was just ready to say pause. I was like, go ahead.
No, it's hot. Like the city's back open. Life is happening again. The city feels alive. You know what I mean? There was a time that I thought that New York would never be dead. No city actually, but the world was kind of like, I don't know if I want to say dead, but I'm gonna say dead. But like, so it's feeling, heat, alive, hot. But it is also scorching out there. It's been raining here a bit. So
it drizzled a little bit.
You guys had it did not drizzle. You guys had a flood. I've seen those videos.
So you know what's funny about that? Like that wasn't all of New York City. That was certain areas. Like Uptown was flooded. Uptown is like Harlem for us, like Upper Manhattan, for those of you who don't live around here, the Bronx and things like that. But for the most part, in Brooklyn, it wasn't raining at all. Like there was points and times where I was on the phone with a friend and she was like, "Oh, it's storming," and I'm like, "There's nothing happening here. It's like barely drizzling." So different parts got different things, but there was definitely floods and all kinds of crazy shit happening.
So like, is the word geographically?
It's a word. You're good. You're on the right path.
I'm trying to say that in New York, there's places that have more hills than are not. And it's also surrounded by like water, right? Because it's an island. Well, Manhattan's an island. Is Peninsula? New York itself an island?
Peninsula, maybe not.
It's an island.
It's an island. It's complete. New York is completely surrounded by water. Think about that.
On both sides. And
no. To be an island, you have to be completely surrounded by water. Is New York completely surrounded?
New
Thank
York
you.
is a peninsula.
Very good.
Okay.
Very good.
So that took it way back. To like, I don't remember 3rd grade, 4th grade. Okay. No, I'm just joking, guys. That's an inside joke in my house. But
Okay.
so this goes into my mental health check-in.
How was your mental health today? Jeez.
My freaking kids have been driving me crazy. Somebody come send help. Someone sent help and they need to send them fast. We've been working on the same essay with my son for 5 days and 40 nights, and every day he gets a new essay. So we're at essay number 3 for Wednesday. And I'm just like ready to rip my ponytail out. And my daughter, she's just my mini me. So every time I deal with her, it's like dealing with me. And that is so hard. That is so tiresome.
Mirror image.
So my mental health, but overall, I've been working on a lot of new things and I'm just excited overall. I'm grateful and I'm happy and I'm blessed. And I like the direction that Hush Your Mouth is going in. So I'm excited.
That's what's up.
Why are we recording on Wednesday, though? What made us do this?
You can answer that question better than I can. What made us do this? Why are we recording on a Wednesday?
I have an obligation this week on Thursday, and Wednesday was the best fitting day for me to address these things. I'm going to be in New York. I'm going to be hanging out. Hopefully, me, Mason, side panel, and a few of our fans could catch a drink. Get to catch up with us. That'd be dope.
Work. That was also another thing we were talking about on my little business meeting. So I'll tell you that stuff off air, though.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yep. Same things we were talking about the brunch, but had another situation.
Okay.
We'll talk.
All right. So so overall, your mental health is good?
I'm good. I'm great.
You sound like you had a good day. What were you drinking? Because tonight I'm drinking Taylor Port and Douce, apparently.
Okay. Okay.
Crazy.
Interesting combination. I
like to mix. Like to mix Taylor Port with Henny. It's called Tammy.
It's called Tammy.
Tammy
or Tanny. That's 2 different things.
Mm-hmm.
It's called both.
Yeah, depends on the day.
Okay. Depends on how many you've had.
It depends on how many I've had, but I took it back tonight to my maybe 2 years ago drinking habits. To try to. I haven't been drinking like that.
Have you ever had an Incredible Hulk?
Of course, I've had Incredible Hulk. Of course.
Yo, that used to get me right where I needed to be fast.
It's too much liquor. Hello, Sativa Indigo. Hello, Ladies Promise. Hello, Yvonne. Nice to have you here today on Hush Your Mouth. Yeah, sometimes it'd be like that.
Yeah, but that was definitely a drink of choice for a while. Incredible Hulks. Ooh.
Incredible Hulks were good. That was back in 2000.
I know I shouldn't have been drinking, so you should have way not been drinking.
No, 17. That's or 2007. Oh, I was 17 in 2007. So yeah, that was.
You sure 17? A little younger?
No, not 17. 2007.
Oh, okay.
I was 17 in 2007.
Okay. That makes more sense. I agree with that. So you want to get into this? This is the topic.
All right. So, and today, am I introducing it or are you doing it? You didn't label. I meant to tell you that.
Listen, I'll go.
Yeah, because this was your topic. You produced this one.
Definitely.
So I think it just makes sense for you to introduce it to the audience and let them know.
Yeah. So basically, over the last few days on the internet, there's been a lot of talk about relationships. From G Herbo, I can never say his name.
G Herbo.
G Herbo was attending his baby mother's birthday party to this great post by Carrie Hilson that's talking about what women need. And to counter that, there was also another great post about the things that men never tell women that they actually need. So I decided that this would be a great time for us to have a nice little battle of the sexes where we could actually talk about not getting what we need because we're not expressing ourselves and so much more. So let me bring up what Carrie said and the actual thing that I took a survey on. So mostly women answered this, and basically what Carrie Hilson said was, men who provide emotional security and display wise leadership will get the softest, most feminine, relaxed, trusting, guard down, submissive, we've touched on that before, nurturing version of their woman, right? She went on to say, even successful, strong women want to feel safe enough to be soft. That is our true nature. She went on to say, that wasn't it. The men who makes me feel safe will have the world. So my question to women who were on my actual timeline was, is this true? And 86% of them, or 88% of them said yes, and 12% of them said no. The 12% was just men who answered, even though I thought it was supposed to be for women, but you know.
They clearly didn't know that it was for women.
I mean, I would think women would have the key and not men, but okay.
Right. I mean, hello. Okay. Well,
So,
first of all,
what do you think? What do you think about everything I just said? So she said a lot there. So what are your feelings?
You said a lot. You said a lot because you didn't. You threw the whole G Herbo thing and his baby mom in the mix.
That's that relationships.
That was the relationships. That's where you were going with that. Because, I mean, what was really the reason? What was wrong with him going to his baby mom's birthday party?
What was wrong from my perspective? Because I didn't think anything was wrong with it. But in the comments, if you were reading some of these comments, it was a lot of hoopla about him supporting his baby mom. It went as far as them looking up to see if what's his new baby mom's
Ari.
name? What's her name?
Ari.
No, the new one.
Oh, Tiana.
Yeah, see, you know all the names. I just be like the new one, the old one.
Because I know a little bit about it, but it's like because they went to go see if she like unfollowed him. That's like extreme as fuck internet world.
But my thing is, I don't follow people I talk to. That doesn't mean that I don't talk to them. It just means I don't follow them. Like,
yeah, because sometimes you might just need a break from their social media or just them.
How about I just never follow them? So that's doesn't indicate like, whether our personal
life. My social life is my social life, and your social life is your social life.
But apparently, in this new day and age, if you're not following your significant other, that means something, and that's the telltale sign to whether your relationship is surviving, not surviving, whether something's going on or not. Things are bad.
That's how people are telling things.
So that's how the outside world is seeing it. So that was that.
That's ridiculous, actually.
I love their relationship. I think that's a normal, or that's how adults should behave. So for me, I supporting your baby mother's birthday party or anything that they're doing.
Well, first of all, my perspective is like her man was there, and it took them a long while to get here. Like her, Sativa Indigo, Tiana was actually not cool with it. She deleted him off of Instagram because of it, but that's still her man, and that's what she clarified, and I like that. Like, we're not breaking up about you going to this girl's party and what people say, blah 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 blah. But in reference to the topic itself, with Miss Kori Deez, you know what I mean? The way you set this up was you said first of all, this is not like the first time Kori's trending for relationship type of things, right? She was trending 3 years ago, and Derek Jackson, which he is not the best spokesperson at the moment in my book. And if you ladies know anything about Derek Jackson and what happened,
don't throw him away now. Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater.
What?
Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater.
What is that?
That means y'all were a million of you, because he had 1 million followers before this situation happened. So don't leave I think that number has gone up since, but he had 1 million followers before that situation. Well, basically, so he was saying something y'all liked.
He's an advocate for women. He speaks true to most women's hearts, which I think is dope for a guy to be able to do that. But I just was like, damn, you cheated on your God-fearing wife, like your God-fearing wife, like. She's just, and she was just like, I'm gonna pray for him. I'm gonna pray for us. Like it was alarming to social media. Social media was just like, yeah, somebody needs to send her help. We don't know if she's okay. Because they're also not used to a woman reacting that way.
Which is sideways because, and when I say sideways, I mean that's crazy. And the reason I say that's crazy is because behind closed doors, you guys accept a lot. When I say you guys, I mean women. So it's not out of the ordinary for a woman to take her man back who has cheated. So we need to stop making it sound like she was doing something crazy. I think the public eye of it, or because it was done in public, kind of changes it, and that's why everybody's like in an uproar or was in an uproar about this. But for the most part, this ain't something that ain't never happened, or this isn't something that women haven't handled the exact same way before.
I agree with you. I just really think that it's very important on something that you said, which is that women need to single in on the fact that they have accepted it before, and she's no different. But the man also or the person in the public eye needs to understand that they are like in the public eye. So try not to embarrass me publicly. It's different because we're regular people. So if my significant other cheats on me, like, who's gonna find out about it? I'm not in the public. Well, I'm in the public eye now, but
I was about to say.
but a person that's not in the public eye, you know what I mean? Like
So does that intensify or change things? Like private embarrassment is better. So private embarrassment is better than public embarrassment.
No,
so I can do whatever I want to you.
Private. No embarrassment is okay. However, privately, it's like we could work through this. But publicly, it's like the humiliation. That's what it is. But his wife was not humiliated. I mean, I don't think she was. She didn't seem as though she seemed strong as fuck. Like, she wasn't on there breaking down. You know, some people be on there spilling all the beans on the internet. They do. We've seen it. Look, why do we know that Kori Deez, congratulations, my girl, is pregnant. But it was
that's another good example.
Fiasco. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was a whole fiasco. So I just feel like with those type of things that happened, but her whole thing was everything was public. I would have been more willing to work this out and accept this if it was private, but we're public. You have to be mindful of your actions. So that also gets into Miss Kori Baybee's statement right here, but I wanted to talk about the fact that she was trending 3 years ago. And the last time she was trending, Derek Jackson was actually her advocate. And at that time, she was single with a purpose. And he was basically, people still was down her throat, right? So people are more supportive now of what she's saying and how she's saying
what?
it.
People were down her throat?
Oh my gosh, Nathan, come on, get it together.
I just got the visual. I love Carrie Hilson. Go ahead.
But yeah, so she basically, she admitted that she had traumas and she needed healing and she needed to work on herself, and that she just decided to be single to give herself that time to grow, which I advise for anyone and everyone in between relationships. I definitely think there's a time frame on the time between which you should date. Does that make sense? What do you think the time frame is?
I don't think there's a time frame. I think we're all different. I think we need time to heal, depending on the situation. Like we could have done, we could have just
relationship. You need to regroup. You need to recharge your energy. You have to recharge yourself. Unless you broke up with the person mentally before it was a physical thing, that's a different story. Like you were already moved on mentally,
which most women do. So we talked about this. Most women break up way before y'all actually break up. But sometimes you both feel like, you know, something's run its course. After a while, it's like, we've been together for a while and we're both not in the same space. We've grown as people and we've grown apart. And you decide to leave, right? Your time apart or your time single may be shorter than somebody who just had a relationship where, you know, they were madly in love. They, you know, this person was the love of their life. They were high school sweethearts or whatever the case may be. And 6 years down the line, she finds out he was sleeping with her sister.
You have a whole vivid story.
I'm just saying that person may need more time than, you know, person A. So it depends on your situation, what you're coming out of. Some people need less time and more time. Some people need more time.
Okay. I agree with that. Some people do need more time. I personally just think that everybody needs to take their time. You need time in between both people. You definitely need, like, I've waited 4 years in between a person. That's just because that relationship was so
Draining.
like toxic and just energy draining that I needed that time to recharge, regroup, to find out where was I at in that space and to move forward. You know what I mean? So I think and I was in that relationship for that time. So I seen somewhere that someone had said, and I wish that I had it down, that you should take as much space to yourself as much time as you put into the relationship. Now, I don't know how long, because some of us are some really long-winded ass relationships that we know we shouldn't even be in, honey. So, you know, to be in a relationship for like 17 years and then it goes to shit. And then you take 17 years to yourself. No, you knew that shit was going to shit way before that 17-year mark.
Sometimes it's comfortability. You're just comfortable with somebody, and it's easier to stay than to go.
Right. So aside from that, I want to jump into the first question. You asked me, what did I really think about what Miss Kori Baby said? I kind of dissected this a little bit. I wanted to say, big shout outs to her. Her music has gotten me through a lot of times and spaces in my life. If you're not born in the Miss Kori Baby era, I don't know. She's written a lot of music, period. That's her name. Her name's Kori Hilson.
That was one song.
That was one song, and I just knew. But she also stepped back from music. Who knows if that would have been her name? Like, Miss Kori Baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever. Anyway.
Okay. Interesting way to look at it. Okay.
I loved her transparency in this, because it still lets me know that she may be where, not like a little bit. She made one song. You're agreeing with Mason. That's hilarious. Hello, welcome to the show. Welcome to Hush Your Mouth, Tropic Lucas. But her transparency, yet her privateness, has got me through a little this and that. And as far as how I feel like her music. So I feel like sometimes love comes and knocks you down. I told you I was feeling silly tonight. But you just get back up when it knocks you down.
Interesting.
I feel like sometimes you need to revise the chemistry, because in your situation, it just might be draining of your energy. So I think you might just need to revise some of those situations. I feel like sometimes you gotta learn to tell them when to recognize a real woman and what they need to do to turn you on.
What? What line specifically did you read that you got that part from?
Sometimes you just might want to make love. You don't know that one? That's called Make Love, Kori Hilson.
No one's ever heard of any of these songs. Like, no one. Absolutely no one.
I said I listen. I'm a fan. No. But in all seriousness, let me go. I'm sorry. I told you, Mason, I needed to laugh today. I was having a really stressful day, so I had to make the first question like an icebreaker and just make it funny and just bug out real quick, because I needed to get that out. All right. So on the Shade Room, right, I seen that a lot of like my girls was like agreeing with her, like my sisters. They were like, yo, like Kori Hilson, this is right. This is what women need. This is what we want. So on and so forth. And it's so easy to just go with whatever the crowd says. That I had to dig a little deeper, as usual. Pause, because Mason was finna say pause. So I did my homework, and I wanted to see what men said. So I started Googling like what are men saying about this whole Kori Hilson post, and it was able to give me a little bit more insight onto the situation and their perspective. So it gave me a broad kind of view, because I still feel like, yes, this is very much so true, right? And it also that's because it depends on the type of woman that you are encountering. First of all, like where she's from, what's going on in her life, what she's been through. This is for only a certain type of woman. And Mason, you're based in New York, so I'm going to assume that a lot of these 88% of the women that have answered your poll, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, are based in the Eastern Hemisphere.
No. So I had some actually were from Florida, the Orlando area. So I have some followers in Orlando. So some of them were from Orlando. Some of them were from vast majority was from New York, but I did have a little bit of a mix. I don't think there was any Pennsylvania people. I don't think any of those people answered.
Okay. You guys need to go follow him. His name's down there at the bottom of the screen.
But I want to know more. So tell me more. You sound like you're going to break it down by geography, which is interesting because I would say women that are from the South.
Women from a whole. I didn't go back and look and see where Carrie Hilson is from or anything like that. But do you guys feel like femininity is conditional? Because she's basically saying that if a man gives me all of these things, then I would be feminine, or then I would be more feminine. My femininity would show. Does that make sense? Is that how you took it when you read it, or no?
No.
The most feminine, relaxed, trusting, softest, guard down, submissive, nurturing version of their woman. They would have, so that's like talking about your femininity. Do you not agree?
I think she's saying she'll give the best of her if you gave her what she needed. So that's how I read it. Give me what I need, and I will give you the best of me. I will give you list, and all the things that she said. So that's how I read it.
Even successful, strong women want to feel safe enough to be soft. That is our true nature. So what is our true nature supposed to be as women?
To be the best you can
No,
be.
That's everybody's.
Everybody's
standard.
No.
Everybody's.
Let me tell you something. That's not true. That's not true. Everybody doesn't want to give the best of them. Everybody gives what they need to give in any situation. So, for instance, you want to adapt. You're going to adapt to any situation that you're in. It's the New Yorker in you. If you have to be tough in a moment, you're going to be tough. If you got to pull up your bootstraps or whatever the heck y'all say, you're going to do it to get what you need to get done. That's how you are built, right? So you can be the strongest, most successful woman in the world, right? But you're not giving anybody your best you, because right now you're doing it for yourself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're getting whatever you need to get done.
That's not how I get what you're saying, because this in itself had me conflicted as fuck. You know, something always got me conflicted because y'all know I gotta talk with my inner selves. And so I took it like she was like, oh my gosh, like I would be, because I personally know that if I had these things, like, or when I have these things, or because I have these things, yes, I agree. So when you want to read that, Mason?
Because when a man is treating you like a queen, then you get a different version of her, which I agree with too.
Right. So they give their best, showing not their best them. I'm not really sure what that means exactly. Not a hurt, bitter, not being a man. I don't understand. This generation is too masculine and wants to be men so bad, but it's actually a trauma response. Wow. So this goes back to so you see what I'm saying? You see what our viewers are like saying? Or does it not? So this is how I took it. And then she said, the man who makes me feel safe will have the world. So I was like, wow. So there's a lot of things to take in, because I was like, oh my gosh, she feels like she can give the man the world. I was like, that's already showing your masculine energy in itself, because I don't want to give a man the world. The man was meant to give me the world, and I was meant to be the woman and be feminine. So you know what?
So you
Today
gonna
I
live in
had
that world by yourself? Like nobody else is gonna live there. It's just my world, just me. It's my Birkin bag. Like just
me
my.
and his world. No, me and his world. He's giving me the world. You're giving me the world. It's our world. It's our world together. But you're giving it to me. You have it to give to me. You're like the owner of the world. Though. I don't know. So I had to go put my nice little blue feminine headband on to be like in character for today. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, so a lot of the stuff that men were saying, because I had to digest what the men were saying, was basically, why do we have to, oh, like you're coming out and we're like, why do we have to display this in the beginning? Does that make sense? No. Like you're coming here with these expectations. You're saying that in order for me to be X, Y, and Z, that you have to be A, B, and C. And while that's okay in a lot of things, if you're feminine naturally, you're going to be feminine, period. Right? There's no on switch or off switch to being more or less feminine. It doesn't work that way. It's either that's just like being submissive. It's either you're that way naturally or you're not. There's no.
I disagree though.
I don't.
I'll let you finish your point and then I'll jump in. I won't cut you off. Go ahead.
No. So that was what we as a group, and based on what we did together, our experiments, our research, we came up with conditional femininity and the alpha female. That's not true. You're supposed to make men feel just as good as you want to feel. That is true. I don't know. Okay. Courtney Watson. A woman can only be the best for her. For someone, when they doing what they supposed to do and be the man of the house and take care of business, she then can be herself and feel safe enough to be feminine. Yes.
I agree, Courtney.
But this is so thank you, Courtney, for that comment. Because that's basically where we're going with this. Oh my gosh, is she dead ass? So basically, that's where we're going with this. It's about a woman feeling like she says when a man provides emotional security. So if you dissect what she's saying, and I'm not saying her message is encrypted or nothing, but
kind of are. But go ahead. I'm listening though. I want to hear it. I'm here to learn.
Listen personally, so I can only take it how I want to take it. Then I look and see what other people are saying. Then I go and I research it because I just really want to know what's what. And if you guys are commenting to something we say, please make sure you at us so we know that you're talking to us, because I don't really know how to address everything. So I feel like safety, emotional security, all that safety goes both ways. For a man and a woman. It does.
Okay, go ahead.
But all three are needed for a man, and not women are more likely to accept two or one of the three: emotional, physical, and mental security. Does that make sense?
No.
Why does this not make sense to you, Mason?
You know why? You want to know why? Because in my point of view, I think that what she was saying wasn't as deep as how you're looking at it. I think it was. I think you looked into it so deep that you just dug really far. I think on a surface level, all she's saying is if you are doing what you are supposed to be doing for me emotionally, then I can open up to you. If you're not doing what you're supposed to do for me emotionally, I can't open up to you. And I think that's how she will give her best. She's saying, she's listing all these things, saying, this is my best. I will give you the most feminine me. I will give you. Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. I'm learning.
I will give you the most feminine me. I will give you the most passionate me. I will give you the most loving me. I will give you all of me if you make me feel secure enough to know that I am giving it to the right person. So I think that's where like we defer, because that's all I think she was saying. So she was saying, you got to make me feel like this for me to give you everything. And that's true.
Okay, well, My thing is that I loved English, and so it was like one of my favorite subjects. So she wouldn't say men; she would have said a man who provides emotional. If she were speaking to herself or for herself, but she's speaking for men providing. And so a lot of men actually based on the the stuff that I had been seeing and reading, they were basically saying like this is what's wrong with us women today. Like we expect so much going into relationships or dating, which I always advocate for. Make sure you're doing this type of shit for the right person. It's okay to be soft. It's okay to be feminine. It's okay to let your guard down. It's okay to be emotionally available. However, do it for the right person. That's my whole thing. That's, you know what I mean? So I mean, how do you know it's the right person? You'll know. When you know, you know. Like it will feel right. You won't have a doubt behind it. You know what I mean? You'll be like, oh, I could be cool. How I be cool. I could be a little bit submissive. You know what I'm saying? For me, but I struggle with this personally in my real life as a person. Okay. At Kori, it's hard to determine what this is when you lack those things and you don't know what it's like when a man hasn't given it to you.
That's true too.
Yeah.
So if you've never experienced, I agree with you. If you've never experienced something, how are you going to know when it's real? If you've never felt cashmere on your skin, how are you going to know cotton isn't cashmere?
Oh my gosh, you can tell the difference. It feels completely different.
That's because you've had it on your skin, so you know the difference. Somebody that doesn't, they may not know. You put cotton on them and be like, oh, this is cashmere. They'd be like, ooh, it's the softest cashmere ever.
Baby, it's cotton. No, it's not.
And matter of fact, it's a polyester blend. It ain't even. It ain't even cotton. Just a polyester blend. It's a little shiny
like,
for you.
What are they laughing about? Oh, girl, get you some cashmere and some shit.
I'm telling you.
Because you don't consider yourself a feminine woman or submissive, so you can't speak from that standpoint, which is what I'm saying. I'm saying that because I'm not really a submissive type of woman, I really can't speak from that standpoint, but I can speak on this topic because I am more submissive than I probably ever have been in my entire life, which is amazing. And that goes further and deeper into our show. So Mason, I don't know if you understood my point of view exactly from the Carrie Hilson thing. I agree with her to a standpoint, but because I can't really I know why a guy might be saying like, damn, this is women's downfall because you are I'm conditionally feminine. Let's talk about that. I'm conditioned. That's what I'm basically saying. I'm like,
I think that's what she said too.
That's what she's saying. So she's saying she's conditionally feminine.
But here's the funny thing. She never really gave any conditions. Like, we're going to talk more about it.
The condition is providing emotional security.
What does that mean? That part.
Leadership.
That part. Oh, both those things are where there should be some discussion. What does that look like? Because that looks like different things for different people.
That looks like you making me feel safe. Back to what I said about safety. It goes back to you making me feel safe in every way. Like, not just two or one. No, I want to feel physically, mentally, and emotionally safe with you. So, and I want you to be able to display that you can lead me because for so long I've been leading myself that now I want to know that you can lead me as well.
What does that look like for you? What does leadership look like for you in a home?
Well, so,
glad you asked that now.
No, just being able to show me that I can't read that right now because I'm trying to answer the question. Do you want me to answer this?
No, go ahead. Answer your question.
Okay, because I'm like, are we in the comments? Or are we not in the comments? All right. Okay. So, sorry, we're going to get to comments in a minute, but I have to run through it. So, what does leadership look like to me in a relationship? Being able to change my way of thinking, being able to show me where maybe the way I was leading and what I was doing was wrong. Because again, I've been on my own for so long and I've been the leader. Like, I've been a mom since 16, right? So I've had responsibility. I have someone that I have to look over. So showing me like, hey, this is what you were doing, and that was pretty dope, but this is the way that you can do this, and this can become a better situation. Why don't we try this? And the way that you say it to me, and everything has to be a certain type of way. That's the emotional security. You understanding me enough to know how to talk to me. Like, listen, I can't just come out and be like, yo, you ain't doing this right. No. Because that's not going to get you too far. Because to me, I've been already successful in the things that I've been doing, and my life has gotten as far. You met me. You like me, right? Oh, we here, right? Nah, for real. Like, I get a little
You met me. You like me, right?
Yeah, like, what's up with you, dog?
All right.
So, just showing me that you are a leader in your own life and around the people that are around you. Because I'm a leader to the people that's around me. Like, I think that I show up and I show leadership qualities. That's just who I am. So if you have that same traits about you, then I'm more likely to be like, well, I can learn from this person. If you have something different than what I have, or what I know to be true, or what I've seen, I want to learn more from you. So just being able to teach me things. That's how you show me that you can be a wise leader. You can show me the success on paper or in person or something.
I get a business plan. I got to show you the success thing.
Show me. I'm going to be able to show you, like, look, this is where A was at. Now we're at Z. So this is what I got going on. What do you have? Like, that's showing me you're a wise leader.
It really wants me. I really want to jump into the next question, but I don't know if you're finished with that, because I'm dying to find out when you were most relaxed and trusting.
All right, wait. Let me make sure I'm done.
I know. Go ahead.
I said about her giving out the world to a man, because women, we cannot give the world to a man.
And yes, you can, but okay.
What does a woman give you the world look like, Mason? Ladies, listen up for single Mason.
You know what's funny? So this question was posed to somebody else, and I think that they answered it great, but I'm just going to give you the answer. I'm not even going to tell you who it was. But I think that a woman provides security in a great home, and I think that the right woman will make or give you peace in a way that I can't explain. Like, she'll make, and it's not that the little things like making sure your bed is made or things like that, but she'll be there to give you what you need when you need it. So having somebody in your corner, having that right support system can take you so far. So I think that the woman that gives me the world is the woman that's able to give me peace in my sanctum, in my home. Things like that, because there's a lot of homes where you go home and you're dreading to go home because it's no peace there. So I think the peace that a woman can give you in your own home is the world. I can conquer the world with a peaceful home. I can't conquer a block with a home that's disorganized, dysfunctional, and combative.
That's okay, me. We need to give you the applause, Mason, because that was really good.
It's true, though.
Let's give you that. And I'm going to give you the applause because, I liked what you said, but we also talked about that. And someone that's actually on the show, he kind of gave us a little bit of insight from a male's point of view, as well as to what we were doing. Right. He said he talked about this earlier. So the statement that came about, or the end result, the conclusion was, what man wants to fight the world and then come home and fight his woman or his wife? You know what I mean? But it came down to finding a feminine woman is hard to find today.
No, it's not.
I'm feminine because I think I'm feminine. I think that I am feminine because I like to do my hair. I like eyelashes. I like lip gloss. I like nails done. I'm like, clean. Like, yes, we did say that. Look at you. Let's give you an applause. Thank you for agreeing with me, Sam. Applause for Topic Lucas. But, so, like, there are some women that are not as feminine as I am, but I think that I have a lot of alpha woman traits, and we talked about that before. That needs to get posted. But go ahead, Mace. Jump into the next question because you're dying, you're itching.
No, I just really want to know, like, at what time in life did you feel most relaxed and trusting? Like, as a woman, there had to be a time in life, and I just want to know what was happening. Is it now? Is it before? Is it multiple times? Like, at what point were you the most relaxed and trusting?
It's so funny that you, like, when you asked this question, I laughed and I was like, okay, so I'm not even gonna write down an answer for this question. Because I could just freeball. Like, and that's what I like to do. I like to freeball.
Pause.
Maybe we need a little thing like and when it's a pause moment, it becomes a fucking buzzer. So anyway, basically, now in my current relationship, because what I prayed for is what I got. So I know that I can be financially stable in myself. So I was no longer looking for like, oh my God, he has to have 6 figures. Like, no, I wasn't looking for that anymore. Because I'm able to, calculate that myself. I was no longer looking for things that I was able to give to myself. I was looking for things that only someone else can give me, like a specific type of person with specific type of capabilities. So, I don't know if that's too broad, right? You guys are like, what the fuck is Kori talking about? No, I pray very specifically, like, I want a partner. I want a helpmate. I want someone who could guide me. I want someone who can lead me. I know I want someone who can deal with me at my best and my worst. And my best and my worst is not what it looks like for a lot of other people. My best and my worst is like being able to deal with me, because I'm a lot to deal with. Like when I'm going through an episode and I may not be myself, like you being able to be like, oh, this bitch is not her fucking self. Let me just love her. I know she done been through the wire. Let me just, you know what? Love her better. Love her differently. So I think that I'm more secure, more trusting, and most relaxed in my current relationship. Like the things that I used to worry about, we joke about it. Like when my partner's phone is going off with that ding, 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 that iPhone ding, that message button, right? When that shit's ringing off, I no longer get upset, but that used to be a trigger for me. I used to feel myself getting hot. My blood used to be boiling because I'm like, oh my God, who is possibly texting off the hook? Now I could give a fuck less. I don't care about who's texting her, like, because I don't worry about it. Does that mean that I don't care? No, it just means that I know that I'm safe to be cool with that. I don't got to be in your phone. We have each other's passwords. And you know what else? It's so funny. I don't know if I'm more trusting and more relaxed because I'm also more relaxed in myself. Like before, I used to be hot in my phone. You know, like you don't got the password. Like we sleeping together, we eating together. Shit, we take showers together, but you don't got the password to my phone. You can't go on my phone and just be like, damn, let me just, whatever I might need to do, look up something on Webster or whatever. Like you can't do that. That's weird. Like, why are you in a house or a relationship with someone you're expecting? What's your goal?
So I got a question. Who gave who the password first?
Who gave the password first? Everybody in the house has my password, honestly. I don't know. I've always had the password. I don't think there was any time. And even when I didn't have the password, like fresh into the relationship, I could be like, oh, yo, open your phone. It was no hesitation. So
who first asked to look through a phone then?
Me.
Yeah, okay. I asked that for a specific question because
Did you know the answer?
I knew the answer. I knew it had to have been you. Because you need someone to prove that they're worthy of your feminism, your love, your so you needed the love.
My time.
So
fine.
So no, that was a significant moment in your life because you talked about it. I gave you mad time and you talked about it for a while, and that was the example that you brought up, and you brought up with such passion and vigor, and you're proud of it. And I know
Yeah, I'm
you're
proud
proud
of
of
it.
it. It's a good thing, and because you're so proud of it, I wanted to know what was the genesis of it. When did it start? And when it started was you first asked, and because your partner was able to open up their phone and prove to you that nothing was going
Every
on.
time.
You one of those bricks fell off that wall, that big wall that you be having, like that top left brick that just fell off.
Because I need healing. My shirt needs to say, I'm healing.
Nah, but you're not the only one. That's the funny thing. Like it happens to men too. We go through the same thing, but we hide it a lot more. But we'll get into that. But for you, that I think that was a significant moment, and I think that was one way that your better halves showed you that they can ride with you, or that was something important to you. So
Right.
clap that up.
Okay.
Shout out to side
Clap that
panel.
up.
I kind of walked you into that one.
You did. I was like, where's Mason going with this? What's he trying to do? You know what I mean? Okay. Are you going into question number 3 now? Because this was like
Definitely.
Mason asks the questions and Kori answers, and now, yeah. I mean, because what makes you feel safe I like it like that. What makes you feel safe in a relationship?
What makes me feel safe in a relationship? I got trust issues too. I'll be the first to tell you that. Like I've got, I think, I don't think because I'm not in a relationship. I can't point to one particular moment or anything like that. But I think that your phone isn't something that I hold to a high priority. I think you should have your phone and stuff like that. I'm not gonna go through it, but I think I've matured
Oh,
to that.
are you one of those people that feel like the phone is like your privacy? Is your
I
phone your privacy? I used to use that line. So is that your privacy?
I do use it, but I feel like at some point it won't be, but it depends on certain things. Like you may get mad at me liking a picture. Like that may get you mad on Instagram. There's girls that get mad. Oh my God, you just like the picture. You know I will never meet this girl. Kim Kardashian, love Kimberly. I'm never gonna meet her, chances are. And even if I do, what's the chance like that like from however long ago is going to spark an
Don't
interest and be
matter.
like, you're the guy that liked my picture on what's today, July 14th, 20, like that's not gonna happen. So, but girls will go crazy over things like that. And it's just not
Oh,
realistic.
they need
So
to heal.
yeah, they do. But that goes to the trauma. That's that security or lack thereof. But for me, I think that I mean, it's just a matter of proving that you're loyal. It's just a matter of proving that you're there for me. It's just a matter of you just breaking into my space and being somebody that I can say is a support.
Right.
Yeah.
I absolutely agree with you. What time did you feel the most relaxed and trusting though? Like how did you was there ever a time, because you always say like you can't speak from, well, you don't always say, but you're saying that you can't speak from a point of view right now because you're not in a relationship, but what was the time in life that you felt, was there ever a time
I
where you
mean,
felt relaxed?
I think probably when I was going through struggles, like when I say going through struggles, I mean the normal, like when you're young and you're in like high school and you're broke and you don't got no money and you're like trying to like, I don't know. I used to after basketball practice have to like get something to eat and stuff like that, and we would blow my money by the first like 2 days, and then I gotta figure the rest of the week out because allowance is over. So I didn't want to go back to my mom because you know. So it's like I got to figure it out. So figuring it out was probably like the best thing. And when a girl would be like, you know what, I got you the next 2 days or whatever the case may be, or I got you the next day, or you want some of this or you want some of that. Like those are just normal things that would make me feel trusting and relaxed and that somebody cares for you. So
Right.
eating is a natural thing that you need to do to survive. So if somebody is willing to make sure that you're eating, that's something that makes you think that person cares about me.
Mason, we got a future topic because I gotta send you something that I seen, because let me tell you, I seen that this man went to Mexico with his girlfriend Did you see that?
No, but Mexico.
Oh my God, he went to Mexico with his girlfriend. He must have did not have the all-inclusive package because some hotels in Mexico do not.
I'm not.
You don't have to take that. And he didn't make sure she ate the whole time she was there. And apparently, she didn't have enough money to.
That's something different.
No, wait. She didn't have enough money to like buy meals for herself. But I'm like, damn, eating is so natural. Like I would feed a homeless person. So the person that I'm with, if I'm not like, if it comes down to it, we gotta split a meal, we're gonna split the meal. I'm not gonna watch. How can I eat and you're not eating? I don't like people to sit at a table with me without something on their fucking in front of them. Like, you don't have nothing, no tostones, no fucking tacos, no nothing. This is Mexico. How broke were you?
Listen.
Now, a lot of people was getting on the guy, and I know I'm completely off topic, but a lot of people was getting on the guy like, oh my gosh, she's such a horrible person. But then, sis, why would you go out there with no money? So yeah, that's the future topic. We're going to be talking about that because that's a little crazy. But you know, eating.
You may have been trying to prove a point. I think.
What?
May have been trying to prove a point. I don't know what the back. You got to listen things in context. You got to see things in context. If he was taking care of her the whole time, or one of those situations was happening, he was like, "Listen, beforehand, I'm gonna take care of everything. Blah 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 blah. You just got to provide the food." And she came and she was like, "Nah, he's always taking care of me. He's gonna provide the food." And then she gets there and she's like,
"He ate every day, and she did not
because he had money, and only thing she was responsible for was the food. She wasn't even responsible. Now I'm making this up because I don't know what the story is. I don't know what but I'm saying if you have one responsibility and you can't carry it out, you are not going to be helpful for me. You're not going to be a helpmate. You're going to be a hindrance to me. So if I go, hey, Kori, like the only responsibility you have for this trip is to make sure my boxes get into this what's that thing called? This carry-on, and you don't do your one thing, you're not gonna be able to
trust me when I tell you, if I didn't pack them boxes because I was taking you to go buy you some brand new boxers.
Well, at the end of the day, you had one job. If side panel was like, yo, you got one job to do for this trip, and you got to make sure that whatever the case is.
Eat? That's it? I'm going to be like, what you want to eat? You want lobster and shrimp every day?
But she couldn't even do that. So
she should have bought the all-inclusive package. That's what the fuck should happen.
That would have been the smart thing to do.
If you got an all-inclusive package available, please book the all-inclusive, because that is just ridiculous. Like, I was like, how is she in Mexico when she's not eating?
I've been to Mexico a few times, and I've never not had the all-inclusive. But that's just me. I don't know.
You can eat for $3, $2. Like, sis, it's never that bad. But that's definitely a future.
Like them girls flying out and not having money to fly back.
Okay, so listen, I heard a lot of stories over my years of doing things. You know what? We're not doing this.
That's my favorite one. I'm gonna fly you out.
Crazy.
I don't have no money to fly back home.
I've been there. I might have stayed. I missed my flight and I done stayed. I was way too drunk. And I missed my flight. And so we're not doing that. Don't do that. We need to get these flights together. But if you don't got no problem with flying Spirit, they're really super dirt cheap. You gotta figure it out.
If you gotta get home, you gotta get home.
Yo, Spirit saves lives. I don't fly Spirit, but if I needed to, like if I was on the Lifeline, Spirit, I am here. All right. So what makes me feel safe in a relationship is someone's ability to understand me and be 100% like, when you say you understand somebody, that means you like, I'm not saying accept their bullshit, but understand me, like understand everything that I come with. Communication, transparency, and most of all, willing to help me unpack my bags. Do you want to? Because apparently, like, I come with baggage, right? Because we've had traumas. I've been in relationships. I have kids. Like, things happen. Life happens. We all have. Depending on the oh man, this is getting bad. Depending on the age that we are and where we are in that moment, like we have bags And I just want somebody, honestly, to help me unpack them.
What does that look like? Helping you unpack your baggage. What does that look like? Just accepting it or helping you get over it?
No, helping me get over it, helping me conquer things. So like, okay, so we in our mental health episode, right? We talk about like my personality disorder, right? And so my personality disorder is accompanied by traumas that I've encountered through time. That's how, aside from it being a psych thing, it's also like, I mean, it's a psych thing, duh. But like aside from that, it's more so like my babe thinks we can defeat them, so we're gonna work on that. It was so just being transparent in this episode. We're working on this defeating the old me's versus the new me's. Like, because I've suffered from like, damn, I grew up in the streets. My mentality a lot of times be street shit. Like, I be like, yo, like it could switch back real fast, and it's not cool all the time. Like, because that's not where I am right now, where I am today. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
So it goes to me saying to myself, like, damn, that's the old you. You have to be able to defeat that person and be greater and move on. But sometimes it takes somebody that's willing to accommodate you in that way.
Okay.
So
I get what you mean.
Those are the things that make me feel safe in a relationship. If you're willing to be like, listen, I know where you've been. I know where you were. I know where you're headed. I see where you're going. And I want to go there with you. We ride until the fucking wheels fall off. We riding together. Bad boys for life.
I knew you was going to say that. I was just waiting for it. Like,
me and Lizzie Baybee say bad baby mamas for life. But you know.
Nah, that's totally understandable. Like, I think that's the way it should always be. I think everybody comes with baggage. I don't think there's one person that you're gonna find that is baggage free. They can be 18 and no kids or whatever the case may be, whatever you may find to be baggage, and you come to find out like they've got their own childhood traumas that they're still dealing with that still affects them to this day. So baggage is just. It comes with everybody, especially prettier packages. Fellas, just a warning. Prettier packages come with bigger baggages.
My babe says I need to come with a label.
Prettier packages come with bigger damages?
No, a warning stamp on my label. My package, whatever the fuck you talking about packages. She said I need to come with a warning stamp, like caution, you know, like when some shit's about to be real. Proceed with caution.
Proceed with caution. I think a lot of girls need that though, but I see why you're saying it. I get you.
So, if the ass is fat, the brain is crazy. The audience has spoken. Side panel.
There has been entire songs written about that. Can't trust a big butt and a smile. That girl is poison. He was dead serious, 100%. Can't trust a big butt and a smile. Oh man.
But who is he talking about? Who do you think he was talking about?
All the big butts and smiles. All of y'all.
He was not generalizing us because he did not have all of us. All right.
I agree with that. Like I've never met a girl with a big butt and a great smile that didn't have some issues.
Before we jump into
a lot of issues,
we're not going to talk about me like while I'm not sitting here.
I was just being general, but side panel's being very specific. I was being general.
No, she likes the crazy bitches. That's just the storyline of her life at this point.
Listen.
Before we jump into the next part of our segment, which is the male point of view on things, where you'll see Mason ask me questions and I will answer it from a female's point of view, and then he will do the same, right?
No, you're asking me questions because I'm the guy.
I'm not asking you questions now.
Because that's why we switched. I was asking you questions.
So are we jumping into that whole like the things men want you to know thing first, or are we going into question 4?
You want to jump right into it? We can jump right into it.
But see, you would have to say it out loud, and I wouldn't, because I have responses.
How about I just pull it up to the screen?
How about you pull it up? You're going to go through each of them.
So this is the article that we're talking about. It's on my Instagram page, and y'all can see it.
So men are sharing the things they wish women knew about them.
And just so you know, that's a collection of.
Wait, we're jumping ahead. Are we going in the comments?
We answered most of them.
Did we? Or it's 44. I see 44 on my end, but I didn't go through them because I'm in the private chat.
I was out here and we answered most of them.
You're moderating today. K. Yep. There's nothing up there worth talking to. K.
We addressed the hot topics as they were happening, and there's nothing hot in there right now. Pause.
Okay. Nobody.
He's ready to go.
Yeah.
See, nothing crazy.
Women only care about that, so it's like you're trying to prove to other women you are confident.
Exactly. We went through this.
But I think a truly confident woman is one that doesn't need any of that. What are we talking about? Security, Yvonne Griffith. Security? Like we're calling them like for that Karen lady? Security!
Yes. I'm done with you. Security. Oh my God. That's a whole different, that's an episode on itself.
That's a fucking episode too, Lord. Hold on, let me go live and let the people know where we at. But okay, Mason, so go ahead.
So I'm just gonna read through it and then you can tell me, I'll tell you true or false, and you can tell me if I don't know how you feel about it. Your just gut reaction. So the first one is, just because I'm not talking doesn't mean I'm not enjoying my time with you.
Okay, so it goes back to what we said about men love a peace of mind from their woman. So sometimes niggas just don't want to talk to you bitches. Like, they don't want to talk to y'all. Like, they just want to chill. They want to watch the fucking game. They want to play the game. They like to watch the football, the basketball, whatever it is, the boxing match. They don't want you talking to them. They just want to smoke their blunt, if they smoke a blunt or not. They just want you to sit there and look pretty. And they actually want you to bring them a fucking sandwich.
Oh, that's a whole different thing too.
Bring them a sandwich.
Make daddy a sandwich.
And if you're going to make him a grilled cheese, make him a dope-ass grilled cheese. Like,
don't make me a grilled cheese.
Put the butter in a pan, butter the inside of both slices of bread, place the cheese.
Why are you giving a tutorial on how to make
and put it in the pan. Don't make it too dark. Flip it on both sides. You leave it there roughly about, 2.5, 3 minutes, medium pan. I got an electric stove. You got a fire stove. You might want to take it down a little bit. But, yeah, medium heat. Get that nigga a sandwich while he's being at peace.
Don't interrupt my peace. Number 2, we actually...
Wait, did you agree with that, Mason?
Yes, I agree with that.
Did you agree with the fact that just because I'm not talking doesn't mean I'm not enjoying my time with you?
Yes, from a male's point of view, yes. Just because I'm not talking does not mean that I'm not enjoying my time with you. Sometimes a nice, quiet night is good for both of us.
Right. Okay. Do you like action movies or do you like silent movies?
I like no movies. What?
What?
All right. If you're watching a movie, you just watch the movie. I don't know. Like,
oh my gosh, just watch the movie and not say anything?
No. Oh, I don't need you asking me who's this, who's that. Like, we've been watching the same movie together. Like, ain't no reason I need to give you a breakdown of anything. Like, just watch the movie. Watch the movie.
Right.
Be in the moment. Be in the moment.
So is it annoying? Okay, so if you're being quiet, you're into your movie, I'm giving you your piece, I done gave you your fucking sandwich, and I'm sitting there and I'm texting. Like, not texting, but like I'm like looking up shit on my phone. I'm the type of person, like, I like to research things. I'm always reading something, whatever. It just might happen to be on my phone. I might text here and there or whatever, but you're watching a movie, I'm texting, I'm listening to the movie, I'm engaged in the movie, because when shit happens, I'm like, oh shit, that just happened. But like, I don't know.
I mean,
is that cool?
Are we
cool?
watching?
Because I'm giving you your piece, I'm not talking to you.
So I don't think that that's how this was meant, but you're going very like to the left. But if we're watching a movie and that's our thing, and like you're watching a movie, like pay attention so that way we could talk about it later because you want to talk anyway. So we'll talk about
Oh,
the
when
movie.
you're ready to talk.
Yes, after we watched a movie which is designed for you to watch and pay attention. That's the
You're the
whole
movie
movie
person. I'm not.
experience. I'm really not a movie person. That's the
I'm
funny
not a
thing.
movie
I
person.
watch movies once. I can't watch movies more than once. I've learned that that's a
Right.
personality situation with me, I guess.
Oh, we got to talk about that because I
Yeah,
don't.
I just.
Okay, on to the question number 2. Next.
All right, let me add it to the stream. So, we actually really want to be complimented too. That's true. A 60-year-old woman complimented me 5 years ago, and it still makes me feel good, which just shows you how little we get complimented. That's true.
I agree that's true. Everyone enjoys compliments, no matter if you're male or female.
I don't
How
think
old you
women
are.
give compliments as freely as.
If you're not okay, ladies, when your man come home with that fresh lineup, and not the crusty one, but the fresh one, make sure you be like, yo, babe, I like your lineup over there. Like, you looking real good to me today. Like, no, nobody wants to like go get something because that takes time, money, energy. And normally, if a nigga don't got no girl, like, well, if that's your character, that's your character. Like, I just go get a lineup for myself. Not me personally, but that's your thing. That's your thing.
I was about to say.
But whether you are single or trying to catch or catching, that's your thing. So don't slack on it when you don't have a girl, but continue to do it. But when the girl, like, you could tell the difference when a person went to a different barber. Like, if I go to a different nail salon, you're gonna be like, oh wait, what's going on? If I got different type of hairstyle going on, you're like, well, who did this? You know what I mean? So the same way that we want that person to find interest and like the things that we got going on, we should definitely do the same thing.
I agree. I just don't think
so
women
make
do.
sure you compliment and uplift your man, ladies. They love compliments. Uplift them.
Aww.
If they got a little issue, like, you know what I'm saying? Oh,
thank you. I appreciate that.
Yvonne Griffin.
I'm gonna remember this for 5 years.
Because you got a haircut today. Didn't you get a haircut today?
I did, by the way.
Oh, wow. That's crazy. All right, Mason, we're on to number 3.
All right. It's hard to get over you after a breakup. We don't really have emotional support systems in place to rely on. And a lot of men have small social circles, so losing someone means a lot to us. So that's a popular misconception that men don't hurt when they break up, or we don't have any feelings behind it.
The funny thing, ladies, so you want me to talk to the ladies? I can talk to the ladies. That's what we're going to happen here. So, ladies, your men tend to hold a lot of things in, and they have a lack of people to be able to express themselves too. Like, when you're like, we could sit around as girls and be like, let me tell you what this nigga said. I could call 5 of my friends if I have 5 friends and be like, let me tell you what this nigga did. Right? And we could talk about this all day. We could dissect it. We could go to the bitch page, even though I do not recommend that. But we can do all types of things or whatever. We could go to his page. We could analyze it to the T. Like, we have that ability. Guys don't really have that outlet though. Like, they can't go to their homies and be like, yo, be crying all day about their bitch. Like, it don't work like that. Like, your mans don't want to hear you crying about your bitch. For real. You gonna say whatever you gonna say, like, yeah, we beefing. All right, bro. Let's like smoke this blunt. Let's like drink. Let's go catch the hoes. Like, it depends on where you at in that day. So men don't sit and gossip about feelings or relationships. They're more private to themselves. If your man is hurting because you guys are no longer together, guess what's going to happen? He's going to hold it in. And you're not even going to know most of the time. Let me know.
I agree. I think that's such a double-edged sword because I think women, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, I think women always are saying men should show their feelings, be emotional, or whatever the case may be. But men feel when we do show emotions, feelings, or anything along those lines, it's viewed as being weak. I think there's a moment in life where you can be weak and your woman will instantly dry up. It's over. That cootie will never get wet for you again.
Okay, Mason, wait a minute. We had some topics in here. I mean, we had some comments in here.
What are you reading?
Everything.
So you're not paying attention to what we're talking about now? That's the thing that men hate too. When we're having a conversation and you're not paying attention. Like we were just talking, I was expressing myself, and you know what you said? The comments. Forget what you're saying, expressing your emotions, because the comments are more important right now. See, that's a good example. Look at you, proving me right.
I am not.
This is how men feel. That was a reenactment of how most relationships go. When you try to express yourself to the woman that you're in a relationship with. Go ahead.
Okay, so I'm sorry, maybe.
Yo, you proving my point all over. Like we good today. Like just keep doing it. Go ahead. Keep it going.
Okay, so
where's side panel?
I'm here with you. I'm over here advocating.
Go ahead. I know you felt me on that one, side panel.
This is not teamwork on Kori.
That was for you. Let your emotions go.
I don't have no backup today. Please, somebody hit Miss Lizzie.
That's usually me, huh?
She was not able to show up today on her show out because I don't got no backup today.
Oh,
it's me fighting today. Side panel and Mason. And apparently the comments by myself. Hey. I was just more concerned for you, side panel, because I seen in the comments that Tropic Lucas at 1010 said even studs wear dresses sometimes. Before that, he said the material items don't make you feminine. It's the actions the women show that make her feminine. Even studs wear dresses sometimes. I was concerned. I was like, wow, where did this go? How did this happen?
I think you read that wrong. Like, I don't think they were talking about anyone in particular. They were just saying that women. No.
I was just basically saying because I know a few studs, and I've never in my life seen them in a dress ever. In my life, never, except for when their parents were dressing them. But when they became who they were, that's just not what was happening. So I personally was like, oh my gosh, this is what's happening. Studs are wearing dresses. Who do you know? Like, what's happening? I was just trying to figure out. But, and then since he was saying a lot, but I have to really go back in and I want to jump in. We're going to jump in the comments. Okay, Yvonne, stop being a rider. And I'm not talking about a rough rider either. Oh, okay. Wow. So let's go to the number 4, the number 4 statement by What Men Want Us to Know.
Number 4. I feel like I'm on an announced show or something. We aren't great with hints. Communication is key.
It's king.
It's king, sorry.
But I think key too. I put communication is key, so there's no disputing that. Yeah, like ladies, stop dropping the hints. Just ask for what you want. If you want it, tell him to get it. Don't say, hey, I really like this. No, niggas like direct shit. So ask them direct shit. If he gonna get it, or he gonna do it, or if it's a yes, then it's gonna be a yes. If it's a no, he gonna run you around and he gonna give you the motherfucking underlay for the overlay. So beware.
What the fuck is the underlay for the overlay?
Did you not play sports?
The underlay for the overlay?
Bet. Stop it.
What sport is that? The underlay for the overlay.
Mason, that's not a motherfucking sports course.
I've played sports. I was like, I've played sports. I've been on many teams, and I'm not in the park, not on the court, not in the gym.
Underlay for the the layup? No, I did the overlay.
Okay.
Today's a good funny
That
day.
cup. Woo. That cup.
Don't say that. You know they think I'm drunk on here.
They do. You the drunk one.
I'm the drunk one. I'm still making money though.
I think I agree with that. I think that we want you to communicate in areas you don't communicate. I don't think you have a problem communicating you want a bag. I don't think you have a problem communicating you want a physical thing, but
some people do though. Some women do.
I don't think that's the biggest problem.
I wish Miss Lizzie Baybee was here because she's not the type to ask. Mm-hmm. She's not the type to ask. We know that in various episodes. So, like, yeah, she'll drop hints. That's what she said. No, niggas don't want hints. They want you to tell them what you want, and they want to tell you yes or no.
As a man speaking for the male population,
okay.
When I say that and when I read that, I'm thinking about emotional things that you guys assume we should know. So I think I'm not saying the physical things. I think the emotional things that you guys feel that we should know. That's what you drop hints at.
Like what? What's the emotional? Give me an example. But I want you to tune in to Miss Courtney Watson at 10:45. Ask, then drop them hints, then demand. Yes. Because I asked you, I dropped the hint. You didn't answer me, nigga. Now I want to know what's up because now I want it. This is it. We did not say Yvonne Griffith. You and her have a thing going on.
She be saying some good shit.
Shout out to you.
Shout out to her. Saying good shit. No, but sometimes it's not always physical things. It's emotional things that you guys assume we should know. You be like, you knew that would make me feel, or you knew I wanted some, you knew I didn't want, almond milk. I wanted regular milk. You knew that I should have, how about, like, you be having it 10 different times? Like, I don't know what you need. Like, you shouldn't assume that I know this.
Okay, so I want regular milk with my cake and my motherfucking donuts. But I want almond milk with my cereal because it's healthier for me and it's to start my day. But if I end my day with a cake or donut for dessert with some regular milk, then
now when you get cookies, now when you get cookies, now when you get cookies, you expect me to know what you want with that.
You should know me by now. We here.
That ain't even nothing you've outlined it. What's the first time you getting cookies? Like,
if you did to me, you know I done outlined it.
See, that's the thing. Y'all assume. Just communicate. Anyway. Ask for it. Number 5. Number five. When we tell women that we don't know how we feel about something, it's usually true. And generally don't understand how we are supposed to feel. I personally wasn't allowed to express emotions growing up, and it turns into me not being able to understand my emotions.
That's because niggas just be so gangster.
That's because we think that that's what you want. Isn't that
niggas
what you want?
Way too gangster.
Isn't that what you want? You want somebody soft and not a firm.
I want you to be able to be soft with me, but not too soft. You gotta. So I'm an Aries, and I always say this. I need you to have a little bit of a backbone. Like I need you to be able to be like, no, we're not doing that. If you just be like, oh my gosh, yes, babe. Whatever you say, I have a problem with that because then I'm gonna be like, oh my God, I can run all over you. Who's gonna tame? My whole life, I didn't know that I was looking for someone to tame me a little bit.
Let's talk about this toxic shit. Go ahead. I'm not even just gonna talk about you, but you go ahead. I'm letting you talk, and then I'm gonna ask some questions.
Where did this come from? How does this become about me? She's over here talking about my nigga. You always fighting her battles for her. This is not cool.
We not battling, we talking. This is a conversation.
No, this is the battle of the sexes.
Exactly. So we talking.
Guys, I just want you to know that Booker has 32 points on the current NBA Finals. We can tag them now because we mentioned.
We're not
shocked. Shout out to my boy Booker, my boyfriend, because
we're not shocked.
You are going against the Milwaukee Bucks in Game 4, and
this does not clean up your Kobe situation, but let's go. You trying though? I'm gonna give you points for trying.
You are my.
You overlaid. What did you say before? Underlay
for the overlay.
What are you talking about? There you go. Ask me, mad confident. You never played sports? Yes, I played a lot of sports. I never heard that. Said that with mad confidence. Yo, you could have sold it. I was like, what are you talking about? Yes, the underlay for the overlay. I got no clue what you're saying.
Listen, my boy's doing way better tonight than he was doing in game 3. I was very disappointed in game 3, but you know what? You are a fucking shark. You're Phoenix Suns, but you're a shark, and you came back better than ever.
We're going to have a whole pod where we talk about you sports. We're going to ask you a bunch of sports-related questions and see how much you know. It's going to be like Sports Jeopardy and see what you get.
But you can read my mind any other time, Miss Courtney Watson. I'm not sure what you're talking about, Mary Love, but let's figure that out.
Talking about the conversation we just had.
Yeah, so niggas be so gangster, like, yeah, that's it.
That wasn't all you had to say, but I see you're stopping there. All right, cool.
I got distracted by the fact that my boy was doing what he had to do.
Yeah, that's another thing women do. They deflect.
What?
Deflect.
Oh my God, that's not a part of this.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. Number 6. I really like to hang out with my friends because I love them, not because I don't want to spend time with you.
And my response to that was simply me too. I like to hang out with my friends, and sometimes I just don't want to fucking hang with you.
There are girls that don't have friends. How do you feel about that?
Sorry?
Those girls that don't have friends. So they're like everything in the relationship because they don't have friends.
Oh, like they just only hang out with their significant other because they don't have friends?
Mm-hmm.
I kind of feel like they don't have any other choices, right? So they're only hanging out with you because they don't have any other choices. However, if they had other choices, they would hang out with them people. Now, I do feel like it's okay because, like, you see how he said it, like the guy, or whoever the guy was, he's like, I'm hanging out with my friends because I like to hang out with them. But that doesn't mean that I don't like to hang out with you. That's how I feel too as a woman. Like, I like to hang out with my friends too sometimes. Just me and my fucking friends. Because we just be hanging and ganging. And sometimes I don't want to gang with you. And that's okay because you my gang 365 days a year, even when I'm ganging with other people. Does that make sense?
Yep. But that's not how it always is.
I know.
I think there's a lot of scenarios where women just are like, hang out with me. And then you're like, we were together 2 minutes ago. But, hang out with me anyway.
Well, you don't.
I don't want.
Topic for another day. Hello. Welcome to the show, Aaliyah. I feel like you need a life outside your relationship. It's like mandatory or else you won't be an individual anymore. Absolutely. You definitely need a life outside your relationship, ladies and gentlemen. You have to be you, and then you can be you with your partner. You can have friends for you and your partner. Then you can have your own separate friends, and your partner can also have their own separate friends. You guys have to be willing to do those type of things. You have to be open to that agreement. I don't think you should have to do everything with the same person every day. That's just, you might need a break to miss each other a little bit. Like,
It makes for great stories when you actually get to see each other again.
Yeah, like now I got something to tell you about. Like, let me tell you. But if you got a good, dope-ass relationship, y'all gonna have stories regardless, whether y'all hanging together every day or not.
Yeah, I agree. You need a chance to miss each other.
All right, so number 7.
Hold on, I'm in the wrong place.
Oh, look, Missy Grand, Yvonne Griffith says, let me miss you sometimes.
I agree. Oh, wait. What number are we at?
Miss Courtney Watson also says the same thing. We're at number 7.
Number 7.
Somebody drew a dick on my paper.
Oh, pause. Hey, so sometimes men just don't get hard. It's not you. It's many things from lifestyle and diet to stress and anxiety. Please don't try to take it as a sign of lack of attraction or affection. Sometimes it just happens. So sometimes men just don't get hard.
Well, what do you think about that, Mason? Because I got a story for mine. So I don't know if you want to go before me or after
I
me.
don't have a story, so go first.
Oh my gosh. Are you trying to say that this is not an issue for you?
I'm saying that I think it's happened. Long, henny.
Do you think that you was attracted to a girl that you just necessarily didn't get hard for in that moment? And I know this is weird because we're like almost like brother and sister, and that's like so woo. But I'm just like trying to figure out because I used to have this conversation with my own brother, so I just want to know.
I think I can pinpoint the source of it. It's never a scenario where I can't pinpoint the source of it. I think sometimes I'm just not really super attracted to the person, and then sometimes I'm super drunk.
Okay, super drunk is definitely a factor on drugs, coke, drugs, liquor. Factors to not.
I can only speak for drinking, but coke and I guess if you've had that experience.
I don't know personally, but from what I've heard, listen, that's what I've heard. It's a hard time. So for me, I have a story time. This guy was actually really attracted to me. We had a thing. Don't give me the drunk sick, Yvonne Griffith. Are you seeing me clutching my pearls? Like, what is going on tonight? All right, listen. So I have a story time a little bit about this number 7, and I thought it was funny. So one time I was dating this guy, and we were like, you know, like we had messed around before or whatever. But I know that depending on the day or the time or what I'm drinking, and you catch me, I could be a little bit intimidated. A lot of women are like that. Like they transform, and have you ever been intimidated by women?
Me? I mean, no.
No, you haven't been intimidated by a woman. Like you didn't think she was so super sexy, so super bad. You just was like in your mind imagining this moment with this person, and then like you get the moment, and then you're like, "Fuck, it's a flop."
Oh, I think I've had a scenario where I was super. Well, this girl was extremely bad. She was
okay, nigga, and I'm extremely bad to that person. No, I'm sorry. I'm just saying.
How did this become about you? Like, I was just talking about me and this person. You asked me a question, I'm giving you the answer. But yeah, I think that was just a lot of pressure. That was because I really wanted to have a good time continuously. So I think it was a lot of pressure that I put on myself because it was like, ooh, she's bad. It's about to go down. Pound town.
How bad was she?
She was really bad. I don't know what that means.
Do you watch Wild 'N Out?
Oh, no. I do, but I don't remember what you're talking about. How bad was she?
Forget it.
You in these quotes today. I don't know. You misplacing them. But no, she was bad. She was
They're
bad.
In the right places. Are they in the right places, audience? They're in the right places.
Pause.
All right. So
go ahead with your story.
Bad. You wanted to have a good time continuously. Maybe that was the same issue for that person. However, he couldn't get up like to have sex, but by kissing, I made him come in his pants. So that let me feel a lot better about myself. I didn't feel like oh my God, like this person can't get up. Like we're in the middle of this happening.
Oh, I have a question. So inappropriate, but so necessary right now. Go ahead. Finish.
I didn't feel like it was like bad. Like, you know what I mean? That this was happening. Like I was like, oh my gosh, like, cause I never had that moment where somebody didn't get up in that, like, you know, in the midst of that. So I was like, what's going on? And he's young. He was younger than me. I might have been on cougar status at that time. Ladies, you be cute. You be cougar sometimes. When you get to a certain age, you're officially a cougar. Baby cougars, though. There's difference between baby cougars and older cougars. But yeah, I was definitely like, what is
you advocating for molestation or something?
Oh my gosh, never would I.
Baby cougars? What the fuck? What are we talking about?
I cannot. Not today.
Here's my question though. Women are very fragile in the bedroom. Meaning, say for instance, you're having an intimate moment with your significant other and they do not finish, do you feel some type of way that your job isn't
Yeah.
done?
Yeah.
I think that messes up so many women. Go ahead.
Why? Is it not our fault all the time?
Sometimes you purposely don't want that. As a man, like I may not want to finish today because
Why would you not?
I think it gives us some sort of power. I don't think we have any power in that dynamic, and I think sometimes not finishing just messes with your mind, and sometimes I'll leave you on that.
No. What was the point of starting if we weren't gonna finish?
Oh, they finished, but I may necessarily have not. So I just want to know if that messes with your mind.
No, I'm not doing that. If you do that, we got beef. Real life beef. Yeah, like we're literally trained to make the man finish, to be honest.
So do you feel
like,
so Aaliyah, do you feel like, I'm gonna throw this out there, you can answer in the comments. Do you feel like you're less of a woman if you do not let, or if a man doesn't
sometimes
finish?
It's like, well, what happened? Like with heterosexual sex, you're taught that the main goal is to finish. So yeah, not finishing fucks with us. Yeah, that
Does
I would
it fuck
agree.
with you to what extent? What extent does it
It
fuck
fucks
with you?
with you. Like, well, what was wrong with this? First of all, now my first question is, did you fuck somebody else earlier? I'm a woman that got baggage though, so don't take what I say personal. My first mind,
you just had nothing left for me, right? You had nothing left for me. You finished it all on the last round.
Listen, don't talk to me personally of my first mind. Talk to my second mind. There's 7 of them. So now, the second mind is like, oh my gosh, was it bad? What happened? What's wrong? You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand. What's the disconnect? I want to know if there was a disconnect. What was wrong? What would you be saving for yourself to do? What were you going to do with it?
Sometimes you have to take control of a situation. And sometimes
you want to control it in that way?
Yeah.
This is 50
that's a whole like lifestyle where it's called edging. But we'll talk about that when we talk about kinks.
Oh gosh. Okay, edging.
You dropping shit. Oh, we so off topic. We got to get back to these. Attention.
He did it to make me come back and want more. Does something else have your attention that much to not finish?
Nope. Yes.
We cannot go to that Yvonne Griffith comment on 1101. We're gonna just go to the next number 9. Oh, number 8. Hurry up. Getting crazy.
Number 8. Men. What? All right, let's get back to it. Men have emotions, and there are points where we need to cry. Tears happen not just from pain, but also from joy.
When you think about that, Mason, do you want me to answer first, or do you want to go first?
I don't feel judged by crying, and I don't think I cry. I don't cry that much.
Well, we know you're still healing. Like how I'm still healing, you're still healing.
I don't think this is a healing moment, but go ahead. There's no hang-ups here for me.
You can be transparent with the person you love and you can cry. Like, I watched High Span cry before. That's my person. No, but no crying. I don't want to see no crying in no man for real, unless it's on a wedding day, like his daughter, his sister, his mom. Like you're really like so elated to have someone be reaching. You know what I mean? Like it's something big. Like I don't just want you to be crying out here. You can't be no crying ass nigga. But that's because I'm not no crying ass bitch. So, cause yeah, I don't know. I don't like it. Nope. I'm not saying it. So if you're heavy in your emotions and it's something warranted, like, oh my gosh, tears are necessary. It's okay to be like transparent, but don't just be out here crying. Cry on the wedding day. Cry when you have a grandbaby. Cry when you have a daughter or
You're such a New Yorker.
I know, and this is so
You don't call a
sad.
man a bitch. You be like, listen, why are you bitching? Like, stop being a bitch.
I don't say that though. I be like, oh, like it just looks like I'm hurt.
Oh, you bitch.
I'm hurt to see you cry. Like I'm hurt by seeing you cry.
Oh man, it be the fake hurt though. It don't be the real hurt. It be like the.
Like no.
That's a turnoff for you, isn't it?
A crying ass nigga.
Yeah.
Like just give me a scenario. Give me
No
a
specifics.
Scenario.
Crying.
Give me a scenario.
That nigga's just crying because it's Tuesday.
Did you cry because you lost a family member or a friend?
No, it's Tuesday.
You're crying because it's Tuesday and you woke up? Oh my gosh, no. I don't want you.
See?
No.
But the other thing is, I really want to know when crying at your wedding became a thing. Because I think like in the last few years, it became more of a thing than it's ever been before. 5 years ago, I don't think men were crying at their weddings. I seen a lot of weddings. 5 years ago, ain't nobody crying at their wedding. But lately, it's like, oh man, my husband got to cry for me. If he don't cry for me, I don't know if it's Safari that did it. I don't know when. Like that's the first like public display of crying. You seen it years ago, before 5 years ago? Tell me who.
Mm-hmm. Cause I've been preparing for this now about 8 years. So I've been preparing for my wedding day. You know, you look at YouTube. YouTubes have been hot for me, and I'm in my 30s for about like 8-9 years. I know it came out a lot sooner, but for me personally, so I do like I'm engaged, right? So I say, like, look, you might need to go review some videos about how to cry at our wedding because if there's not a tear falling, I'm gonna say no when I get to that altar. I need to see it. Like, you need to have the best man cry I've ever seen in my life. Like, I want you to have that. Like, when you see me, like when I appear, ooh, I'm there with my dress. Are you guys envisioning this? And I start walking to you, I just want you to break down, but don't break down too bad. But just break down and just be like, oh my God, I'm so elated to marry this crazy psycho fucking woman. And that I love so much from the like soles of my feet to like
So he gotta cry.
Requirements.
So crying is mandatory.
Mandatory crying at the wedding. Now, in our regular life, when we're hanging out, no, I don't want you to be no crying ass nigga. Like, relax. You know why? Because I'm not no crying ass bitch. Like, I'm just not. I don't. If I cry, you better run, or you better be like, what happened? Like, if you know you didn't do nothing, like, you got to double check with yourself first. So before you come and approach me, if I did not approach you, double check within yourself and be like, yo, am I okay? Is everything okay? Like, and then come to me because I don't cry. If I cry, everybody knows if I cry, like, it'd be like, damn, it's like life or death. If I cry.
Jim Jones cries. He's a man.
Jim Jones is an emotion ass nigga. Is he a Cancer?
I don't know what he is.
He's a Cancer. I know let me look it up.
Oh, geez. While you look it up, let's go to the next one because we are only at like 9 and we got like 20-something more to go. It's okay to make the first move. Guys can be shy too. Come talk to me instead of staring at me.
What's that, number 9?
Number 9.
So first of all, I just want you guys to know that Jim Jones is absolutely a Cancer. He's born July 15th, 1976.
Oh wow, it's his birthday Cancer. In another few hours. Well, another hour.
Shout out to you, happy birthday, Jim Jones. This is just so exciting, ironic that we mentioned you. We're dropping this tonight. But he's a Cancer, so those type of people cry. Sorry, no offense to my Cancers. So number 9.
Oh, I gotta read it again. It's okay to make the first move. Guys can be shy too. Come talk to me instead of staring at me.
If you like what you like, ladies, approach it. Like, shoot your shot, sis. Like, don't always expect a man to shoot their shot, but have class about yourself when you do shoot your shot. Because
what's a good way to shoot your shot, Kori?
So we did role plays earlier on shooting your shot at like a man, and it was actually really funny. Everybody did it, even my son, not at a man but at a woman, and it's funny to watch him do it because he's 15, so he's not your average 15-year-old, but like he's like the more like church going, respectable type of 15-year-old, and it was weak because he was using my lines. Okay, he was using my lines. So, what do you want to go out to eat? Do you like food? You know what I mean? Because
that gets him every time.
who is gonna get him every time? That's what I'm telling you. Like, yeah, she wasn't. I went inside Panel's ear. I was like, yeah, you know, my name's Kori. You know, how you doing? Like, you single? She's like, no, I'm not single. I'm like, oh, you like to eat? You gotta eat, right? Everybody has to eat. Okay, so you want to go out and get some eats and drinks, links and drinks, and
so out of all of you guys who were playing this game that I was involved in, who had the best lines or the best pickup? Who was like, damn, that person's smooth?
Mason, was it you? I was not there.
What are you talking about? I wasn't there.
Wasn't me. I had the best lines. I had the fucking best lines, Mason.
What did you say?
I whispered in her ear because I feel like I'm a little bit more of a confident type of female. I don't normally go after other people, but
so as a stranger, you're going to walk up to someone and you're going to get to the air and you're gonna just whisper in their ear.
No, see what happened was we set the mood, right? So we exchanged looks several times during the course of the night. Oh, I caught you looking at me. I noticed you noticing me.
How did you look? Right? How did you look at the person across the room? Let me see your look at the person across the room. Look. Let's see this. I would laugh. I'd be like, I wonder if she's looking at the sky. What the fuck is up there?
No, I mean, it just happens. If the energy is there, the energy is gonna attract the other person. Like
I'm a firm believer in attraction is attraction. So I think I think that you can mess it up. I don't think that you can it's hard to convince somebody to be into you versus just, acknowledging attraction.
No, I'm saying that attraction is attraction and energy is energy. So when two people catch themselves seeing each other or noticing each other throughout the course of the night, it's your energies that are attracting each other, right? So then it goes to like you're at the bar, that person's at the bar, you might be in your phone. Mason, I've been watching your show and I love how you are very intellectual and I would love to meet you one day. Yvonne Griffith.
That's shooting your shot.
She is shooting her fucking shot. That's how you do it, Missy God.
She showed you.
Nice.
Yo, you are dying. We have so many more questions to go.
Gosh, I know this is so hard.
So many more questions.
If you like what you like, go after that shit. Women, male, whatever, shy or not. Number 10. You're in the next one. We only have 2 more to go.
2 more. We got a lot more to go. We don't know where we want to eat either. Speaking of eating,
a man should always be assertive and make decisions first. Ask, and if I don't know, then make the decision. So, like, you should, when you ask me out to eat, don't ask me what I want to eat. Just take me to go where I want to eat. Now, the thing about that is that you got to know what I like, right? So I like seafood. I like chicken. I like turkey. I love a bomb-ass fucking meatloaf. So if you know that, I love macaroni and cheese. Macaroni and cheese is the way to my heart. So if you're in New York, go to Take Me to Cafeteria. They got a Mac attack. I don't know what it's been like since COVID. I like vibes. So if you don't want to spend a lot of money, but you want to create the vibe, take me to get some bomb-ass fucking wings with some ranch dip and a fucking good music a few good drinks, some hookah at a reasonable price, not $50 like what Mason paid, because that's ridiculous. But I paid $90 for hookah in Miami, so let's not talk about that. But you can always make the ways to my heart with a surf and turf and a bomb ass mashed potato, and I love spinach. So I'm gonna lay those things for you on the table. Like, I remember there was a time where I wouldn't eat any red meat and I would only eat chicken and fish. So the people I was dating during that time, they was coming out their pocket because lobster, surf and turf, and then I might get there and I might be like, you know what? I might just, it's my cheat day. I'm going to eat the steak today with the lobster because I like that, and the shrimp. Because I can eat. So you pick the place because you're the one paying. Pick the place because you're the one paying.
So, I mean, is it crazy for you to have a suggestion? Like, you have places that you've gone, you can't suggest a place? Like,
I can, but what if the place that I suggest is out of your price range, but I'm trying to get to know you as a person? This is our first date.
This is a whole nother topic to this first dates, because I got a theory on that too. So I got to take you to a place that you've never been before, that you're going to enjoy, that falls within your category of foods that you eat.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, so, okay. Listen to me. There's levels to this shit. So if we're just hanging and banging, like not banging like fucking, okay? So I'm gonna say pause on the banging. When I say hanging and banging, I'm just saying like we're hanging, like we're just going out for like shits and giggles. And so you'd be like, oh, meet me at Applebee's. Me personally, I hang out with Applebee's like on lunchtime because I like to drink on my lunchtimes. No, I'm just joking. But in my old life, I used to like to drink on my lunchtime. So like, or after work vibes, like happy hour vibes. In New York, happy hour is like the typical time. In other places, it's not the same, right? So I cherish that more now in my new life than in my old life. In my old life, I used to be like, oh my God, like 4:00, we're going to Applebee's. You're meeting me there with a group of my friends or my coworkers, and I'm meeting you there with a group of your friends and your coworkers. That's the chill spot. We're watching the football games, we're watching the basketball games, we're drinking, we're having a good time, we're eating fucking quesadillas and wings, whatever the fuck is the case. We're having fucking 100 fucking moco lits, whatever the fuck it is, it's happening. Your bill's not too high. We had a good time. If you want a more intimate setting to get to know me on a more personal level, then you're going to take me to more of a personal setting, right? So you're going to take me, sorry for the hand in my screen.
Somebody's catering to you.
Somebody's always going to cater to me.
Oh, talk that talk. I was just, okay, talk that talk.
But, really, excuse me, stop in. You messed up my light because now I look yellow. Look yellow. Can you fix my light right here? This one, I think. Just fix that light. You're just touching my light. Okay. Anyways, while she does that, so, yeah, no, it depends on where you take me. That creates the vibe that you want. So I can become expensive, right? My diet alone is expensive. Lobster, seafood.
So let me ask you a question. Do you think about a man's pocket when you're having that type of discussion? When you're discussing where you're gonna go, do you think about the other person's pocket?
If I like you.
Oh, so if you don't like me, it's Tao and.
I'm still going to tell you my diet is all the same. However, if I like you.
So we could go to Red Lobster.
I might be a little bit more considerate. I won't order like the fucking lobster and shrimp at Footprints, right? I'll order like the fucking Rasta pasta. I order the Rasta pasta. Like and with the chicken, not the seafood. I like it mixed though. Me personally, I like it mixed. I like the shrimp, the chicken, the jerk. All that mixed in.
Anyway, let's go to the next one. We like random gifts, random hugs, and random signs of affection and love. Sometimes just a cup of coffee in my favorite mug is enough to convince me it's going to be a good day.
A man is always watching a female movements because how you act and treat me shows what's real. A real man rather give than receive, so any unexpected gift is noticed.
Ask you a question.
You always want to ask me a fucking question. This is like
I got a question. I got a question because
I really feel
I
some type of way
think
because I'm really feeling doubled up on.
I'm the only one talking. So here's the question. Why do women always tell men what real men do?
Because we seen them once upon a time.
You ain't never been a man, but you tell him. It's like, here's how you become a millionaire. Man, you live under a bridge. How you telling me how to become a millionaire? That's what the equivalent of when women say that. In our minds, when y'all say that,
Mason,
it's
that's
like,
not that. That's not that.
What
it's
is
the
it?
average standard.
Average standard
Yeah.
from where?
It's
Other women?
population, says side panel.
Population. So the average population. So here's the thing. Y'all, I think women talk out of both sides. Like, first it's like, this is what real men do. That's how you get a Derek Jackson, right? That's his name? Derek Jackson? That's how you get a Derek Jackson because he perpetrates this fraud for you. And you're like, that's what real men do. And he's always the example of, look at him. Why aren't you like him? That's what real men do. And it's like, you're a woman. How are you classifying what real men do? Because if you've never been something, how do you know the path to it? You just know what you want. So I think that
you have to have examples, right? And so I spoke about this briefly when we were just digesting the topic in itself. And I was basically talking about the time that spoke to me, which was when, and it goes back to being feminine, because this is how it started out, right? I felt like I was being more feminine because I feel like we're masculine, right? And well, I'm masculine. I'm masculine. People like me are masculine. The people where I come from are masculine as far as women. Like if you're from Brooklyn, Brownsville to be specific, Coney Island to be specific, the Bronx, Uptown, like you're just so masculine. And I mean, we lack the femininity. We're raw. Like it's for other people, we are raw. Like raw. Like, it is.
I look at that differently, but we'll talk about it.
You're from there. This is what you deal with on a day-to-day basis. This is your pickings at this point. So
not really. I'm a global person. International.
I'm going to get somebody from fucking
Colombia, like
Mel
countries.
Mel Order Brides, please shout out Mason.
Don't shout me out. I'll come find you though. Don't shout me out. Don't find me. I'll find you. No, but go ahead. Tell me why.
So, right, I felt like, damn, I don't know where I was going with that.
I just wanted you to tell me why you know what real men are versus men knowing what real men are.
It's the standard. But I'm just saying, though, not just the standard. It's just like, okay, there was one time I tried to be feminine for someone. And
this one time in the band camp. Go ahead.
This one time. And I tried to change the standard for the person. So this is why my standards be like at a certain level, because when I try to change them, it don't be working out right? So I try to change the standard. I try to be like, oh my God, you know what? I'm starting over. It's a clean slate. I've gotten all my karma, right? Now I just want to be great as a person and just be like amazing. Like the woman that God intended me to be, I want to be that person. And that person was not that person for me. I then reverted back to my old ways. And now we have a shit show, right? So this is why I felt like, no, I can't tell a man how to be a man, but I can tell you how to be the man for me.
That's a better answer.
Yeah, I can't tell you how to be a man. Yeah, because no, you portrayed this person. No, I just can't. Number 11.
Number 11. We already did 11. Number 12.
No, we didn't.
We like random gifts, random hugs, random signs of affection.
A man is always watching a female's movements because how
you just
you
said
act
that.
and treat me shows.
You literally just said that.
Oh, wow. For number 12.
All right, number 12. We're going to go to number 12. I feel like we're hosting a game show. Number 12.
Yes.
A boner doesn't always mean I'm horny. Sometimes it just pops up out of nowhere. Good morning to you.
I thought that shit was funny. But
you going in.
The answer was even funnier, right? And the answer was from my son. The answer to this question, who is a man, right? He's 15. He's a 15-year-old man. He said, I might not like you. I just have to be.
It's morning wood. Morning wood.
It's just the morning wood. Nobody don't want your ass. He didn't even mean for you to spend the night. Go home now. He don't want you.
Let me stop. I was gonna be like, he didn't even come. Number.
He didn't come.
Number 13.
Is it 13?
Yes.
I got 12.
You don't want to do 13?
It's off the top. Go.
It's off the top.
13,
I'm scared.
I'm
scared of your off the top. Pause.
With the fucking
when we're saying we're thinking about nothing, the majority of the time we're really thinking about nothing. Or maybe we're thinking of ridiculous made-up scenarios that sound stupid when said out loud.
This goes back to something that I said in our previous episodes, which is boys are dumb, throw rocks at them.
What?
Boys are dumb, throw rocks at them. So they be having air in their head. They're not that real. They're really not as intelligent as we have to make them feel or seem. And so when they say they're not thinking about nothing, bitch, it's really air in there. They're quiet because they're just fucking having air in there, and that's just it.
What are you talking about?
No, I've said
you never have moments where you're just not thinking about nothing. You just act calm, at peace, and then somebody's like,
so "You got air in there."
Nah, sometimes I just have nothing to say. Like, I'm watching a movie. I'm trying to pay attention. I'm not thinking about anything but the movie. Just let the movie play. Like, got nothing to say. It's the wrong time to ask me about how I feel.
No. If you ask me how I feel at 5 different times a day, I'm going to tell you 5 different feelings. I don't know.
That's natural and human. That has nothing to do with what I'm saying. Like, it's okay. It's okay for you not to have any feeling.
I'm going to give you an answer. Every time you ask me, I'm going to give you an answer.
So there's no time you don't feel anything where you're just chilling? There's no time you don't. No. You're not. We need to get you to meditate. You need to.
Maybe we need to do like a fucking thing in the morning.
Just a deep breath and.
That even drives me crazy. I'd be like, oh my gosh, what am I supposed to be thinking about?
That's also natural. Number 14. Men love being the target of a romantic gesture. Many men never have been. Many men never have been. You can
speak from that because I don't think I've ever did a romantic gesture. So how romantic are we talking? Are we talking about like proposing to you romantic?
Anything,
are we talking about... What kind of romantic are we talking about?
Anything that you would have done for you. Have you ever done that for someone else?
Ooh. So has a woman ever sent you flowers, Mason?
No.
Okay, so how would you feel if a woman sent you flowers?
Depends on where she sent them and what kind of flowers.
She sent them to your job.
What kind?
The ones that you like.
That's usually not even a conversation. When's the last time you asked the man what kind of flowers you like?
What kind of flowers do you like?
That never comes up.
But what kind of flowers do you like
lilies.
For the audience? You like lilies?
Yes.
Is it because your mom likes lilies?
No, because I just like lilies.
They're pretty. Okay. They make me sneeze.
I like, what's
lilies
that?
Is pretty.
Hey, listen, I'm just throwing it out there. Everybody likes roses. I want other things.
Okay, roses is for funerals though, but they're nice.
Like white roses are kind of cool.
White roses are pretty. Tie-dye roses are pretty. I like roses. I like flowers, period. Even though I cannot make them live for nothing in my life. And somebody's shaking their head, but they should not be because I see them even though they're watching the game without me. But yeah, no. So okay, men. So ladies, ask your man what kind of flowers does he like. Send him some flowers. I didn't know this was a question. So go ahead.
Okay. Just saying.
15.
Be nice. Please ask us out. It makes us feel wanted and loved.
So how do you want a lady to ask you out? How would a lady ask a man out? Like, hey, you want to go get a bite tonight?
That works.
Let's go catch a burger.
We eat too. Let's go catch a burger. Listen, the things you guys want is the things that men would want, is basically what this is saying. Like, you guys like to be asked out. You guys like to be courted. You guys like to be, appreciated. You guys like to be complimented. As human beings, so do we. We're human too. We like to be complimented. We like to be asked out. We like to feel special. You're not the only one that wants to feel special. Okay, you all right there?
Yeah.
You feel special?
Feels really special.
All right.
All right.
This is drink number 4.
No, that's number 14. But
drink number 14. Okay. That's what I said. That's drink number 4. You said no, 14. So I said okay.
I don't remember what drink this is for me.
Hey, we're gonna keep going. We over 2 hours here.
This is a good game, guys. Milwaukee's up 101. Phoenix is down 2 points. It's a lot happening. It's 30 seconds left in the game.
I'm glad you didn't bet on this. We putting this out tomorrow.
He said we're cutting this out. All right, you can't keep talking. All right. So
you're so distracted.
I'm distracted like a motherfucker. This is not
I see. Jeez. Are we only up to number 14? No, we're not.
That was on that, but we're up to the last question on Hush Your Mouth, which is, after seeing this, what's the things that stick out to you? Both of us. What's the things that stick out to you? After seeing all of this, after hearing everything, I always take you for a loop.
I mean, I think it's about communication. I think why most relationships fail is about the lack of communication. I think it's hard to be selfless. It's easy to be selfish. So it's in relationships, the goal is to be selfless. And I think that there's a lot of prerequisites and there's a lot of emotional baggage that come into play. And if you're not willing to have a conversation to unlock these things, then your relationship is doomed before it even starts because you're going to sabotage your own self.
Right. And I definitely 100% agree with you. Like, I think that when we take it back to Miss Kori Deez, from which is the female point of view in the beginning sector of this conversation, we're talking about women being feminine on conditional femininity. If you're a woman and you're feminine, you're like that all the time. Like, what I always like hear a lot of what people say about like where we grew up from and how New York women, like, that's something I've heard on the internet long before I actually realized it. Like, oh my God, New York women are just like ridiculous. Like, they're like crazy, right? And I'm from New York. So it was like, damn, I never really understood what they said until I'm actually like living in a situation that's like, oh my God, you are so masculine for a woman. Like, you need to be more submissive. You need to be this, that, and the third, whatever is the case. And I think that sometimes, depending on the traumas and the things that you went through, your femininity is conditional, or what you know to be true, it's conditional. When you go into the male sector of this conversation, men, there's a lot of things men want you to know that we don't really know as women. And you see how I still had a response for everything that a man wants us to know, yo, it's just what he said. I responded to the ladies to support the man, but there's a lot of people I could have went normally. I would have went against that in a lot of different ways because I'm not the like traditional submissive woman.
You still went against some of those. He was like,
I didn't. I thought I was
crying?
being supportive. I thought I was being supportive, Nathan, for real. That was me being supportive. Oh my gosh, I'm still working on myself. I'm a work in progress.
Listen, at the end of the day, it is what it is.
It is what it is. We're all growing. We're all learning. Exactly. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is.
So where can they find you with the new handle?
They can find me. It used to be so easy. It was like, oh my God, you can find me at Kori Deez. No, you can find me at what it says in my motherfucking little box right here on the right or the left, depending on
for the
where
people listening to us on Spotify and the audio apps. Could you say it and spell it, please?
I will. So no, it's at LEM and oh no.
Yo, how many drinks?
Okay. Oh. At sign LEMON_SQUEEZ3 on Instagram. And you can find me on A Hush Your Mouth on Spotify, along with Mason and along with Miss Lizzie Baybee, who we hope comes back to the show at some point when she feels better.
So let me jump in and tell you where you can find me before she just cuts off. And so it's YNVS_ it's Mason on Instagram. You can find me there before she goes. Go. Okay, team player. Come on, team player. Let's go.
I'm a team player. I was trying to, we just have a lot of like, little emojis in the comments and so on and so forth.
Oh, I didn't even.
But in the meantime, between time, I just want everybody to hush your fucking mouth. Learn how to love. Learn how to be loved. Learn how to love one another. But until then, hush your fucking mouth.